All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
It was once something that belonged only to science fiction, but now Japanese researchers have created technology that's the first step towards making objects invisible.
The technology comes from 2003, but its developers say the Harry Potter-like invisibility cloak is just the beginning. The team, led by Dr. Susumu Tachi from Keio University, is now adapting its findings to help pilots, drivers, doctors and others. Retroreflective projection technology uses a computer, a video camera and projector to shine background images onto the front of a subject wearing specialised clothing, creating the illusion of invisibility. What makes the technology unique is a fabric made of glass beads only 50 microns wide, which can reflect light directly back at the source, much like a movie screen. Viewed from near the light source, the projection is bright even in broad daylight, and researchers say the material can be applied to almost anything. In the short term, the team sees usage in car interiors, airplanes and helicopters. They say blind spots could be eliminated and accidents and hard landings avoided by making walls seemingly transparent. The eventual goal, though, is to create an augmented reality that allows anyone to easily see information on real-world objects.
Looking to the future, instead of glasses, people could wear this, and it would act as a navigation system. It could also tell you who someone is if you meet them around town.
In the few years since the technology's invention, the price of the material, as well as that of computing, has come down, opening the door for smaller yet more powerful applications. Whether used to increase safety or to create a whole new form of computer-human interaction, the world is likely to see, or possibly not see, more of this technology in the future.
Hi everyone, this is Nıbıru Watcher. It's August 19th, 2016, and I've been watching, I'm going to cover the cloaking device that's about to be almost completely exposed with further revelation. So, we've got these pictures from this flat sun disk. We've shown this before on other cloaking devices. I'm going to show more light, and I have a live demonstration to show you how this works. So, this was on the Steve-O channel, and this is a patent that was patented called the fake star. And I'd said in my previous videos I showed you this cloaking device. In a way it is a cloaking device, but it actually is the source of light. Each one of these hexagons is consisting of a bunch of these little lamps. They go on the back reflector. In this next picture here, this is that same disc sideways with the light projected on this parabolic mirror, reflected on this parabolic mirror, goes through this hole. And then we've got a small convex lens that bounces it off of this and then out in all directions, trying to make it look like a sun. So this is the light that finally reflects through a series of mirrors. So this is the back end, this is the light source, bouncing back, finally making its way through this hole, then bouncing back here. And by the way, this little dot here is the same black dot that we've been seeing in the sun. That's what that is. And this thing's contained in a circular tube. So next I would like to show you what I've actually caught on camera, these convex lenses. And in this next object here you can see the very light source itself. There it is, lighting up. It's a cloaking device in the sense that this artificial light is hiding set. It's not in a cloaking device. This is simply a light source, but there's other cloaking devices. What really cloaks it is the lens system that they use. And what I like to show you here in this lens system here. So here is a picture of Lake Tahoe squat cam, and you can even make out the very lens itself, and this red light is coming through here. And then we can see in my shot here. Next, actually, I'd like to show you this next thing of how basically how lenses work. That in this picture here, the light comes in from the observer. So this would be like the sun. This would be the lens in outer space. You're the observer down here on Earth, but the observe, you can't, where the lights converge at this focal point is where the object actually appears. So it does not appear out here because it's diffused and bends the light back out here. So, and I'll show you, so all they really have to do is pull this object that they don't want you to see or out of focus from your eyes so you don't get to see it. And it's really easy. I've got a demonstration in my next, I'm going to have a small video clip showing how this is done quite easily. So they basically have been pulling the focus away from your eyes. Okay, so here's a live camera feed right now over webcam to Mexico. And here we're seeing this lens effect. This is being the focal point of the lens of not seeing the object that you actually see. This, I believe, also is an explanation for all the orbs that we're seeing around the sun. Because what those orbs are is the focal points of the actual object, taking out of focus from your eyes. If you put a lens on something so you can't see it, it push the focal point to away from your eyes. And next I'd like to show you a demonstration of of how this is done.
Here's a demonstration showing how a lens could be used to cloak an object. So here is the object we want to cloak. We put the sun in front of it, and as we zoom out just a little bit, it disappears. Because we're no longer observing the actual object. If we move it within the focal length, and it comes back into focus. So what they've been doing is simply refocusing the object that you don't want to see away from your eyes. Look at that, it's gone. You can see it on the screen here, but if it's out from the focal length. Now if I move the camera back and forth, you can see clearly it's gone. See that? If I could turn it, lens, they may be actually moving this lens. Pretty simple. You can see the lens, but you can't see the object. Instead, you see what's behind the object. And that's what's happening in our skies. Hope this helps.
So here is a time lapse over webcam to Mexico. There's your black dot, which is the parabolic thing in the center of this object, which I showed earlier. Next, if we go forward here, we can see this lensing action in effect when we come to what we appear to be a sundog right there. That is not a lens flare. What that is the convergence point of light, where the light is converging, forming the image here. Now, if it would have been here on the surface of the Earth, you would actually be seeing it, but they misdirected the focal point away from the Earth, from the surface, from the viewer, out here into the high atmosphere, so you can never see it. So you get to see the light bending around it, seeing like that map. That map would represent the sky and space and stars and everything behind the sun, but not the actual object. All they got to do is what I showed you on that map, is misdirect the focal point. Move the focal point from the people's eyes, and they don't get to see it. So, okay, next I had this video I put out a couple months ago, and we can see here these lenses.
See how it shows the inside light? I believe it's actually, there's one of the advertisements.
Turn the volume off on this. Okay, so in this video, these are the lenses here, and this is the focal point here. And we get to see the lensing action here and refocusing the light. And here we get to see this in action over Slate Starnberg and showing you that. So here's our hexagonal sun source in front of a lens that's creating the artificial light, the same light that we've seen on my other videos, and I will show you next. But I want to show you that when it passes through the lens, these rays converge at this point, and that's why it becomes visible, and then showing you the actual object here. Remember, light is only visible at the point of convergence. That's where it converges here. That's why this light bending actually happens. It's not seen in this realm out here. So it's been misdirected light. So lastly, this is the same object here, the light source. These are the lenses. And this object here is the dark spot in your sky. Remember, this object here is looking at this thing sideways. This is the light source made with all these lamps bouncing the light from a convex lens, and this whole thing is in a tubular device. So I hope this helps. Just have a blessed day.